All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakah Quadash. That belongs to the apostles of GMS and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth in sincerity. And as you see in this title, it says Woke Org Backs Palestine. And I will tell you this now: shield your eyes or brace them, because this does not look like some orc that you see off of the Lord of the Rings and any of that stuff. This just looks like a straight up demon, just a straight up demon. So you'll see it.
Well, everyone needs a little bit of attention, and Gen Z has never needed more. This is orcs for Palestine, apparently.
Free Palestine.
What's making that noise?
Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
I'm starving. We ain't had nothing but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
Why can't we have some meat?
Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Slave meat back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, maybe these people should go get a job if they have all this free time. Make sure you have a like on this video, and if you...
Yeah, so at this point, I'm going to title it the singing demons or the walking demons at this point, because we're going to come, like I think the elder even mentioned it, or even the apostles really, that we're going to start seeing some off the wall stuff sooner or later. Apparitions, not just this, but apparitions or certain other things. Even a shift in changes in, well, a shift in changes that even go on in your everyday life that makes you like, wait a minute, this wasn't even how it was before. And I don't mean like, oh, times is changing, all this other stuff. No, I mean a literal change. I probably can't even put it into words, but a lot of stuff that's going to look completely different, right? And you're going to start seeing people that actually probably look like actual demons, probably like, kind of like spiritually, but you're going to get that a lot of these things walking around like this. This might be something that just you might see on a normal on a normal possibly, right? But it's the fact that it's going to get weirder and weirder out there. We see it at camp, though we can tell it's going to get worse, especially from how things are. These people into the whole Hamas Israel thing, but the biggest thing is people are struggling here with the lack of money and all this other stuff, and it's about to get crazy. I know I say it, but with certain things that unfold and gets in all the things that's happening, and then as I see, like every year it gets worse and worse, right? Like 2 years ago, you might not even saw this. 5 years ago, you wouldn't even see half the things we're seeing now, right? So, and I even talked to my younger brother, and I was like, I think it was another brother in the camp as well when I mentioned just like a couple of weeks ago that you're going to like that time in Egypt where it was just dark and you saw and heard all sorts of crazy things that happened at that time. I would like best believe, or possibly, I can't say for sure, but I feel like that's going to happen even during the daytime. That's how crazy and wild it's about to get in this place, right? So this is Revelations 11 and 8. It says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified." Now, mind you, now you can equate that to actual being dead, actual dead bodies during that day when this place really starts wrapping up. But we're talking about even what you just saw in that clip right then and there. That's a dead body walking around. Every day we're seeing dead bodies. People just constantly hooked into the system through their phones and social media, and this is what you get. This is a social media in its finest, right? Because this is all that witchcraft. This is all the demons that's just constantly circling around, and it's just I was gonna say it's gonna get worse, but you're gonna start seeing some crazy things out here, because especially I'm starting to see. I think I got like an article or two about homeless people are starting to attack now. One drug addict or something along that line said one drug he was taking actually made him kill his wife and his child. No, his wife and his mother-in-law. Of course, drugs are going to do whatever they're going to do to you, but the fact that whatever, no matter what you do here, it's going to be something wicked. It's not going to get worse. That's why this place needs to be destroyed. I'm going to get straight to the point, because you're going to start seeing a lot of killings out here, a lot of crazy stuff. You name it. If you never thought of it, it's going to be right then and there. Either way, right? And to show you how messed up when it comes to social media is that's like a demon in itself, that these people can't control themselves. Going into work and you having a fit about not using your phone every 5 minutes. Each generation gets worse and worse. Even my father said his generation was bad. Mine just got worse. The next generation gets worse, and so on and so forth, right? Now, certain generations have their quirks and perks with other things they do that other generations don't. Okay, but it still doesn't change all the messed up things that's going to happen, right? So this is Matthew 12:43. It says, "When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none." And that's what you get primarily with a lot of these people, especially in this society. And mind you, this is mostly also going to equate to other Israelites that try to find a way but can't. But even when you look at it from this standpoint, when it comes to even average people, everybody has that quote-unquote American dream that they can't find. So they keep trying to seek for something and they fail. And of course, these people just, again, we don't know who's of the Jehovah elect. And I don't even know if that's an Edomite or a Jake. I don't know what that thing was that we saw. But here's the point. We keep going. It says, "Then he saith, I will return unto my own house." I will return into my house from whence I came out, and when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he, and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there, and the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation." And that's the point. Unto this wicked generation, that spreads all the way through, from God say leave the truth to even these people that just constantly getting worse and worse, right? So, for example, because it's the kind of normal thing now, you could have one Jake that has this one Edomite friend that was like a best friend or something. They broke off, had demons, so he broke off. Now he's back with he got it. Now next time you see him, he's even more worse because he carried on some more demons. So now he's like a crackhead, drug addict, and all this other stuff, because now he got it worse. So it's technically the same thing with all this. It's the same thing. What you just saw there was a demon that's even worse than what he originally was. He probably wasn't thinking about doing that like 10 years ago or anything. But guess what? It happens. That goes to show you the faith. You gotta have faith in this truth, so we don't end up like that. Because that's the last thing I doubt any of us would even expect to even come across or to even want to look at. It's already bad enough that you didn't even really expect to see flames out here like that until you really get into the truth and actually saw a lot of these things coming. Right? So each generation, and that goes back to my point, each generation gets worse and worse. They'll probably come up with some robotic mechanical suit that's that's an actual quote unquote transformer, the term that we use for these flames out here. And they'll do some other crazy type stuff with it. Prime example, the Matrix. That one guy that says he don't want to know nothing, just send me back in there. That's all these people want to be. They don't want to understand that they're just being set up for failure, which is fine. Because we are the ones that's in the know is of the hopeful elect to get out that the Lord reminds us not to be like these people. Because it don't have to be just that flame that thing that we just saw. It could just be, you could be an upstanding citizen in this society. Guess what? It's still wrong. It's still a demon. Because guess what? You're conformed unto these devils. That is still a demon. That's not to say go out here and be some type of rogue or some type of whatever, but you gotta live according to the laws. But to be having your faith and all your love and trust into being this upstanding American citizen, the American dream, that is still a demon. No different from what we just saw in this one, right? So I got this last scripture right here. This is Revelations 19:2. It says, "For true and righteous are his judgments," talking about Yahawashi, "for he have judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and have avenged the blood of his servants at her hand." And see, there you go. That's why we say what we say all the time, because we need to get out of here, because this is nothing but corruption. This place is the great whore. You could be anything you want to be. Just like this thing that we saw in this clip. You could do all that stuff and everything. Doesn't make it right. But that's what, the more wicked you can be in this society, the more you can get off with a lot of this stuff. So long as it doesn't violate the laws of his society, right? That is whoredom in its finest, right? Let me read it again. It says, "Which did corrupt the earth with her fornication." These are the things that this place likes to spread to other countries. Why is this place talking about choosing sides between Hamas and Israel, when this place, when you look at it, it backs Israel anyways? So that doesn't make sense in the slightest, right? And it says, "Again they said, Hallelujah, and her smoke rose up forever and ever," which is talking about the destruction of this place, where it shall never come back. Because it's stuff like this, and it's things we're going to see in the future that's going to get hella crazy out here. Excuse the language. But that's pretty much all I wanted to show on that. So, little one, this is a little edifying. It was that Shalom.